I'm a great admirer of when Shakespeare takes a historical figure but explores a love idea, and also one of my favorite films growing up was Milos Forman's Amadeus. Now, is Amadeus really about Mozart? Is it about Mozart? Or is it about jealousy between Salieri and Mozart, and him saying, God, I did everything right, and you put all that talent in that horrible, grotesque person? It's about jealousy. And I wanted to take Elvis's life and really respect him, and fans and the love people have for that character, but also show that it's an exploration of America in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the relationship between the self and the art is the show and the business. The snowman and the showman. So that's what the big idea really is. But on the way there, on the research, on the living in the South, on being embraced by Graceland, and on a whole journey, I learned about Elvis in the most, Elvis the person, in the most unexpected way. That will stay with me all my life. Once you could think one thing about someone and come out the other and realize that.
I must owe all of this to this man, Baz Luhrmann. He came and sat down with me. All I knew was Baz Luhrmann would like to talk to you about Elvis. And I thought, well, that would be a waste of time. But when he came in, he said there would have been no Elvis without Colonel Tom Parker. There would have been no Colonel Tom Parker without Elvis. It was a symbiotic relationship. I did not know what Colonel Tom Parker looked like. I had never heard his voice. I thought he would be a tall, stentorian guy in a hat full of bombast, and instead he turned out to be this rather ingenious imp of the carnival who seemed to enjoy robbing a little kid out of an extra 25 cents for a photograph of Elvis just as much as he enjoyed robbing a casino in Las Vegas out of $25 million. It was the same exact pleasure that he got, not from the amount of money, but from the exchange. He talked about, Baz talked about the Colonel as this great carny, knowing that the carny's job is to bring people to the glittering lights on the outside of town, promise them something they've never experienced before, and then almost giving it to them at a cost. And when he said that, I think the conversation lasted 7 minutes until I said, I'm your man. Now please show me a picture of what the Colonel looks like. And he showed me, and I thought, oh my God, what have I done? True story.
If I worked hard enough, I could make my face identical to Elvis's face. And that my eyes would look exactly like Elvis's eyes, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And I realized that at a certain point that becomes like going to the wax museum. And what is really important is that his soul comes out. And so just like I was saying about stripping everything away, it was finding the balance between getting as specific as I possibly could, and that meant just endless research. I would watch one clip of, just to take an example, Milton Berle Hound Dog. I watched 1 second of this clip over and over and over, and look at what his eyes were doing, look at the angle of his head, look at what his hand was doing, and try to find it exactly, and practice that until it was in my marrow. And then the tricky thing is being able to be there on the day and have it feel like it's happening for the first time, and that it's spontaneous and it's actually alive. And the reason why he moved in that way and why he spoke in that way, and that meant finding his inner being. But then it's like spinning plates because you want to go back to the specifics. And so it was this constant back and forth. And I know even watching, somebody asked me yesterday, did you watch playback when we were filming? And I said there were certain moments like watching Hound Dog where we did one take and then I went back and I watched it and I thought, oh, what's wrong? I'm doing too much. And so then strip it back, and try to get to the point where it's just, you have to get through the nerves of it and then just feel the life. Yeah, so like you say, I mean, Baz read Priscilla's text message to me when we were driving to dinner, just the two of us in the car, and it just brought tears to my eyes because ultimately, there's never been a person who I've never met that I've loved more than Elvis. You know, I've lived with him now for it's 3 years. So the feeling of doing him justice to his legacy.
সংবাদ ফিচার ও অনুষ্ঠানের জন্য ভিজিট করুন সংবাদ প্রকাশের ওয়েবসাইট এবং যুক্ত থাকুন ফেসবুক পেজ ও ইউটিউব চ্যানেলের সঙ্গে।